Hey there, greetings, blade fans. This old sword is with you once again. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. That must be an old phrase. Yeah, I love how millennials talk about boomers and boomers talk about millennials and all these different generations. Hey, aren't we all human beings? Certainly we are. And different levels of experience and different areas of experience. See, it's early in the morning. I'm already getting off on a tangent. Yeah, I'm a boomer. Okay. I admit it. Oh no. Oh no. What am I going to do? Oh, I just got a long history. That's all, especially with these blades. And I'm going to start us off with an unboxing, a quick one, just to get us started on this new knife. And as of the drop, which is going to be prior to May 8th, you won't be able to pick one of these up, but you will be able to pre-order it from Knife Center, from White Mountain, from Blade HQ, from a bunch of places, but it will not actually drop and be shipped until May 8th, 2024. So you can see the name right there. This is the RS71, not a very long or complex name. And here's Civivi's boxing for their 10th year. Hard to believe Civivi's only been doing knives for 10 years. Seems like they've got a million different blade models out there. And I've got a few of them. All right, we'll pop this open just so you can see what you get. It's the typical white Civivi box. And it is a typical Civivi pouch, which is quite nice. As we open it up, what we've got inside is the NAF. Yes, we do. And cleaning cloth and some other goodies. There's 10-year sticker. And I'm sure you're all thrilled to see this stuff. But I'll show you anyway. And there is their typical, I think it's the Praxis that they show in that sticker. Anyway, this is a design by RS Knifeworks. Rob Sanischalchi, I believe I'm saying his name correctly. If you look him up and just put his name in Google, so to speak, you will, the first hits will be that he is an author of some books and whatnot. So check into that. I haven't read any of his books, but they could be quite interesting. I'm going to surmise that they might be kind of the adventure variety, maybe not. Anyway, this is an extremely large dagger style blade. It is hollow ground. You can see those deep hollows in there. Look at that. And it's got a pretty nice fine edge. It is, of course, because it is a folder, only sharpened on one side of the blade. It has these interesting hash marks here, kind of a pattern that he uses on his custom knives. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen his custom knives, some photos on Instagram, or maybe you own one, he puts them out very slowly. And if you want to order with him, well, you're going to need to wait at least a year or better to get one of his customs. Anyway, this is in Nitro-V. It is a 4-inch blade. We're going to measure it up in a moment. Comes in about 3 or 4 different handle flavors. This is a ivory G10 with exposed liners and kind of what appears to be just like a laminate on top of black G10. And it looks like they kind of milled out the slots first before they put it on there. I don't think that they milled it while it was still laminated to the under material there, the ivory, but I'm not sure. We've got some radiused or rounded or crowned liners, which is very cool. Looks like it was all assembled afterwards, of course. And lots of lightning on the inside. Let's see if we can take a look at that. Lots to talk about with this one. So, well, I reach in my pocket for my flashlight. There we go. So there you can see that heavy skeletonizing on the inside. As I said, it is a liner lock. I would say an adequately an adequate thickness and adequate thickness, not inadequate, for the liner. And so it doesn't make it very heavy, particularly with all that weight relieving inside. Pretty incredible. It's a double Killian, if you want to describe it that way, folder. And it's got, therefore, a very cool feature, which is besides the thumb stud and the flipper tab, we have this Killian guard sticking out here. So when it's in your pocket, and by the way, it is only a right side tip up carry. It's a stainless steel clip that looks like a sword blade, which is extremely cool. It is stainless steel. It is not titanium, although it looks like it could be. Let me get back to what I was talking about. Here is your wave open feature. You see? So pulling it out of the pocket and dragging back a little bit, you're going to be able to wave open. And all due respect to Ernest Emerson, who came up with that trademark name. Everybody's calling them wave opening, or we could call them pocket opening knives. Well, let's measure it up, and then there's plenty more to chat about. I don't want to go on too long in the wrong direction. You guys will be fast forwarding like hell through this thing. We've got like a 9.3 overall length on this. We have exactly a 4-inch blade. So if you're in a jurisdiction that doesn't like those, yeah, it is a skosh over and sharpened blade of 4 inches. Some of the other measurements here. Let's get the handle thickness. 0.51, so right on about a half an inch. And 0.11 inches on the blade thickness, which is 2.9, is it? I'm going to call it 3 millimeters. Sometimes I push a little too hard there on the digital calipers. Let's weigh it up. Should be our final measurement of the day here. And in ounces, we have 4.54 ounces. About 4.5 ounces, right? Not bad. 4.5 ounces and a 4-inch blade. So it's a bit heavier than an ounce per inch, which is okay. We've got some, look how easy that came out. Got some excellent jimping on the flipper tab right there. Goes all the way to the top of the flipper tab. So it'll snag your finger no matter how lightly you touch it. On bearings, as are most of the Civivis, not exactly drop shut yet, but you give it enough of a drop with your hand there and it will open. Also, thumb studs, I was going to say thumb discs, goes out pretty easily with those as well. Yes, you can probably reverse flick it with the thumb stud. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. And it's an interesting asymmetrical handle for a dagger style knife, which is kind of nice. You got a belly there. You can feel where the edge should be. I would call that a bayonet grind. Pretty even. Right down the middle. No, not quite. So it's a little asymmetrical right there at the tip, which is good because it gives a little extra meat to the tip. Looking at that side, looking at that side, we got to consider the lighting here, coming from different directions. I'm going to look over the camera. Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit off Civivi. We're a little bit higher on that edge grind on that side than we are here. So if I'm being picky, that is a little bit off. If I look down the spine, it's pretty even, although hard to see. The tip is fairly fine. not hair thin, but fine. Therefore, it's going to be a good piercer, but because of the hollow grind, it is also going to be a good slicer. And I've got some remnants here of some bad print jobs. Botched print jobs. So we don't need a lot of paper to test the edge. Let's see what we got here. Whoa. As I said, wow. Man, that has an edge right out of the box. Shaving sharp. And is it bitey? Not extremely bitey, but it's fine enough to where you don't want to put much pressure on there with your thumb because it will enter. As I said, there are other models of this and other handle flavors, which I'll give you the link to White Mountain. And if you do buy it from White Mountain and pre-order it before May 8th, 2024, you will receive a 10% discount if you use my discount code OLDSWORD. Here's something I wanted to point out that's very interesting. We got these notches here. We've got 2 notches on the top, and it is sharp. It's a bit bitey there. And we've got the same thing going down here. Now, Rob likes to use these markings on his blade. I'm going to show you some other blades in a moment from other manufacturers that he designed. But if I, look at that, got like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches left over when you hold this knife. It's got a long handle. Now I can lay my thumb out there, but I'm feeling that bite me a little bit. See if you can see that, those little notches there. They're sharp. They are sharp. So you don't want to drag your thumb along there. Certainly you can keep your thumb behind there. You can kind of put it in front a little bit, but when you reach out, if you do, it can bite you. And of course, you're not going to be sticking your finger under here. It's really not enough room there to consider that to be a finger choil. Well, there it is. Here is another interesting knife by Kaiser that was designed by RS Knifeworks, aka Rob Sanischalchi. Hope I'm saying that right. That is the mini Paragon, and it is anything but mini by virtue of the height of that blade. And he's supposed to come out with another one, maybe by Kaiser, that is the full-size Paragon, not the mini. Look at the handle on that. And there's your notches again. So this is a trademark. You see the hash marks there and this here, except Kaiser rounded these so they don't bite. Don't have them down there. Got some jimping on the flipper tab. And one other, this happens to be a White Mountain exclusive, but this is the RS Chaos. This is the, I think they're calling that the sheep's foot version. I think there is another one that's more of a Warncliffe with a slanted thing there. And it used to have another name. Somebody will tell me, I know. This one is the RS Chaos, but it originally had a different name. Didn't get one. I wanted one, but couldn't seem to come by it when these came out as exclusives by White Mountain in LMAX. I picked one up. So there you go. 3 different designs by RS Knifeworks, Rob Sanischalchi. This one is the Vosteed, if I didn't mention it, with their top liner lock. And they've been coming out with a lot of top liner locks lately. I got some in recently, and we'll be showing them off to you. This guy, the Paragon, Mini Paragon, is a liner lock. And we'll take a last look around, maybe even, one final compare. We've got to compare to this guy, right? Oh, yeah. So the Rat 1 is not really as long by about 3/4 of an inch, falling a little bit short. Seems like 3/4 of an inch, but I know this is like a 3 3/4 inch blade. But I think if we even up the handles, that's what it is. Now we're talking about, you know, 1/2 inch-ish. And if we go back here, we can see that we've got a longer handle on the RS71. So the RS71 from Civivi, kind of an interesting venture for Civivi. I think, you know, they certainly want to get new makers out there, new designers. But Civivi, as you know, doesn't typically turn out long or large folders. Full 4 inches on this one and over 9 inches long. And yet 4.5 ounces. Nitro-V, and might be something right up your alley. Or not. Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to give this video a like. I'll be back with you soon. Don't forget, May 8th is when they're shipping these if you pre-order. Take care.